Okay, so now we are on episode 30. Oh, no, sorry. Wait, what? Are we actually episode 30? No, we're on episode 29. That's when I don't even check my YouTube channel that I actually make videos on, believe it or not. So yeah, it's kind of sad. But hey, at least I'm still breaking the world record. And we are currently here, right next to whatever this thing is. And I call it the Big Dirt Field. And there's lots of these just dirt roads that just go and just stretch off into nowhere. And there's also just an absolute cluster frick of lakes everywhere. These small lakes, which are just actually, in Minecraft, they are perceived to be these giant puddles of ice. Along with the rivers. Nothing in this world is generated the way it looks like on the map. There's no trees and there's no buildings. But there is this. A big, long, gray thing. Pathway that we're going down. 254 miles, 100, that's 100. 1174 feet. Yeah, so these dirt pathways that we see right here stretching off to the distance, those are those small roads, if I could actually just say things, that stretch off from the main highway. And the main highway is the main highway, as you can see right here. Very detailed. I definitely appreciate the attention to detail on the road. But the thing that is actually pretty accurate is the dimensions of everything, obviously, just like everything else in the world. Altitude, the size of mountains and distances and whatever. Even the diameter of this thing is probably pretty similar to what it is in real life, scaled down to this game. So, with that being said... Oh yeah, and just recently, which is kind of like a new achievement or a new revelation that we've come across, is that we've actually stumbled into the green world. We're now not just in a snowy wasteland, we are actually back in, well not back, but we're in a new world where it's just green grass and lovely sunflowers. And some cattle on the side of the road. Oh yeah, music should do the trick, as always. Now what is this? Oh, okay, well it's gone. Oh, Egyptian mythology. That's what it is. There's Egyptian mythology in Minecraft, I'll tell you that. These are all Minecraft songs. Because that's how Minecraft works. There's about 11 hours of Minecraft musical content. Beethoven definitely has some competition. You really thought that you were that good, Mozart? I don't think so. Now, what is this thing? No, it's like whenever you see something around the road that stretches off like that, you feel tempted to just look on the map and figure out exactly what's going on. In this case, I don't know what this is, actually. That's fascinating. Also, my quest to re-obtain my pet wolf is still a go, and I need to get that as soon as possible. And I would imagine that some people are, who would be watching this series, because we do maintain a solid like 10 views per video, which is kind of interesting considering we're only 30 episodes in. That music, would you just be quiet, Cleopatra? Gosh, just shut up. Just stop. 100%. Okay, just be quiet. 10 viewers per video, and we're only 30 episodes in. Only 30 episodes might sound kind of surprising, but seriously, 30 episodes? I mean, that's not much, considering that this series is going to be long. It's going to be the longest Minecraft series on YouTube. There's not going to be any competition. Even the longest Minecraft Let's Play you've ever seen has not gone longer than what this is going to be. It's just going to be the single longest, concurrent, unending Minecraft series ever. Whether it's a Let's Play, whether it's whatever, this series is going to be, well, not in terms of time, Okay, we're not talking time. We're talking about episodes. This series is going to have so many episodes. We're doing this for an hour a day. We're talking about the total amount of content that's going to be uploaded. An hour and a half a day. Every single day. For the projected 700 days it's going to take to get all the way to the very edge of South America. Well, you 10 people who are watching the videos, sometimes up to 20 people, sometimes as low as 0 people, well, you're in for a journey of your lifetime. I really don't think you fully understand. You are going to be experiencing the longest, most continuous adventure in video game history. No one has ever traveled further in any virtual world. Ever. Let alone recorded it and turned it into this thing. And no one known to mankind has ever had as little as a life as me. So maybe I deserve 2 world records. But that's the thing. That's what's good about not having a life. Because at first, they laugh at you, and then later on, they still laugh at you, but hey, you did something, then they're laughing at it. Hey, we broke a world record. You can still laugh at me, but whatever. I'll laugh at myself. I do try to entertain myself while I make these videos. Sometimes I feel like I have not really anything else to gain except to humor myself. And hopefully you. You'd probably be familiar with some of the stories I've been talking about in all of my videos up to this point. Lots of them I have basically continued to reveal more and more very interesting and fascinating things that have taken place in my life, which really have led up to my brain's overall development to make it feel like it's okay to do what I'm doing now. To turn me into the person who is mentally willing to sit in front of a computer for 2 years and travel across the whole world in a fake video game. Sometimes it feels like I'm running out of stories to actually demonstrate in these episodes, because I have plenty more. I know that for a fact. It's just that lots of the times I just feel like there's so many, there's not even any to think of. I can't think of anything in particular that I feel like I could actually articulate into a story, which could be, well, worth talking about for the first 30 minutes of a hour and a half long episode. So lots of the time, I just kind of sit and enjoy the surroundings and hopefully allow you to, maybe if you do watch the whole length of the episode, it's obviously for no other reason other than to just enjoy the music. And that's one of the main features as well that I hope some people can enjoy about the series, if not anything else. Maybe just tune out my completely ridiculous voice every now and then and sit back and relax and get a free source of non-copyrighted Minecraft jams. This episode featuring, not sponsored by, the Egyptians. I think they probably have somewhere written down in their little hieroglyphs in their pyramids a future prophecy of a brave man who would open a laptop and start walking across Minecraft world. But not... Oh, there he is! Poltergeist! Polty! I found him. Oh, great. Now it's snow raining again. You know what? Fine. We'll just put that Egyptian crap back on, If you're Egyptian and you happen to be watching this episode, oh my god, we're not doing that. No, we're not. We're not doing that. I'm not putting up with that. Can you tell me, is this the type of thing you listen to on a daily basis? You just turn on the radio and you just, this is it? This is your jam? Because something tells me that, yes, that's exactly right. That's 100% true. if you are just a wandering vagabond, I guess, to this YouTube channel, maybe just a person who just stumbles across one of the videos and doesn't really think anything of it and never really goes back to it, you might be thinking or wondering why exactly I don't really seem to care about the viewership or the subscriber base or whether or not, you know, it's big or not, or the videos are obtaining views. The main reason behind that whole thing is because, well, I started this for a purpose of adventure and a purpose of exploration. Oh no, looks like I spoke too soon about that whole new Wonderland thing that we came across, because now we're once again back in the stupid snow. But anyways, I started this for the Indiana Jonesing. And really, I just wanted to experience what it would be like to travel the farthest distance you could possibly go, just in this beautiful game, and take you along with me. I mean, I love the idea of just a continual series, more and more episodes, one after another, just concurrent. Episode 1, 2, 20, 60, 420, whatever, all the way until infinity. Because it's like every single next episode you're looking forward to a whole new adventure. Whether the last adventure accomplished anything or not. It's about the end goal. And it's about enjoying every single day of it. And every single moment. And not taking any of it for granted. It's not about the viewership. It's not about the fame, if it were even to be possible to be famous off of doing some silly crap like this. It's not, to any extent, something that you should care about. It's just a matter of wanting to just live and then die. This channel won't achieve much. It's not going to hit 1 million subscribers, most likely. It's not going to even hit 1 million views, maybe, for as all I know. 1 million people in the whole world will never even know that someone ever did this. But I know that I tuned in. I turned on a camera every single day, and I talked to you. You are 1 out of 7.9 billion people to exist, to watch this, to experience it, be in the moment. That makes you special. And it makes me special. It makes everyone involved in this adventure special. And that's why it matters. Walking across the world. You know, just the very act of walking across the world, that's only just a fraction of what makes this series special. It's really just the engagement. It's just the fact of you just being able to separate yourself from reality and just transmit yourself into this world and just travel. So yeah, as for today's episode, in terms of stories or whatever kind of unbelievable, supernatural, erotic type fantasy stories I could possibly conjure up from the deepest aspects of my mind, I struggle to come up with any off the top of my memory that I feel like would be suitable. I have plenty that I'm waiting to just reveal to people at the perfect time, depending on the episode. Obviously, episode 420, we're gonna have really good stories lined up for that episode. Episode 69, well, that's a really good one too. I don't want to spoil what we're gonna be talking about then. What is this now? What is this? Okay, so we are right here. No, what is that? Whoa, wait, what? Calm down now, be careful, don't worry. Take it easy, man, don't rush. Like I said, this isn't about the rush, it's not about the views, it's about the experience. And I may sound like a hippie right now, but if you really think about it, what other type of person would try to travel across the entire world? Now, I'm not a hippie, just so you know. Just a disclaimer. I'm just, I'm just some guy. I have my school yearbook just sitting right behind me. The very school yearbook of that held all the adventures of my demented childhood experiences. Now, this thing is curving more than your mom. Look at this thing, it's turning all the way around. We're doing a full freaking 180 on this. That's the problem with this map when you get up into the well, when you are up into the polar regions, and that's well, the whole thing is just a little bit skewed to one direction. So when you turn the other direction, well, it doesn't really know how to handle it that well, as you can probably tell. Now we're basically going the exact opposite way we were just going. But we're still making equal time. Yeah, I have my school yearbook right here. Just in case you were wondering if all those stories were real or not. No, I definitely did not fake going to school. The thing is right here. Oh, whatever. I one day will have to show you some of the extremely dumb pictures of myself to back up the dumb experiences that I've already revealed in previous videos. And if you want to go back and watch some of the stories that I've talked, what's the correct way to say it? Stories that I've talked about, stories that I've revealed, stories that I've told. That's what it is. If you want to go back and experience some of the stories that I've told, then feel free to go ahead and check out episode 21, episode 24, I believe, episode 17. Almost every other episode there was about half of an hour of story content. And I definitely will not be able to guarantee you're being satisfied over them. I would actually suggest that you probably go set up an appointment with your local therapist beforehand, just in case. Maybe get your psychiatric clinic on speed dial. You might need it. I'm not going to be making any promises, but you just might need to come in contact with a professional after you've fully understood my tales of the past. They really are something else. So great, we're just gonna be in the snow now for however long. That whole green area was just one big rickroll, and it was all just a prank the whole time. We were never actually in the clear to begin with. Oh, okay. I know my face is fuzzy right now. But yeah, I mean, basically the majority of the stories that make up all of the stories I've already told are presented in the time when I was at my elementary school, which, for anyone who's in foreign lands, what that basically means is the ages of about 6 to 12 years of age. And primarily, I pretty much ended up messing up that entire school. At the very end of it, by the time that I actually left the place in 5th grade, well, the entire thing was basically just completely screwed up. They had to ban everything because of me and my particular friend group. We weren't hooligans or anything of that nature of what you might suspect. Nah, we were just not right. We just completely managed to pull off every single thing wrong, and every single thing that you would never particularly imagine would be possible to pull off at that current age of existence. The school had to end up banning basically every single form of physical activity that was available during the free times, the free periods such as lunch and recess, and that's because, well, we managed to somehow find a way to do all of those activities in a way that completely just damaged the school itself. We basically managed to turn the entirety of the school. This is myself along with my entire friend group, which consisted of about 9 people. We managed to turn the entire school, the entire elementary school, into a living mess, a dumpster fire havoc place of just chaos. One of the instances that was one of the reasons which led to the perpetual cause of the school having to ban everything. They even banned things like tag. They banned all forms of running on the blacktop, on the field, on the playground. You basically can't touch anyone. They were about 5 seconds away from just making a rule where you had to just tie yourself up in some bubble wrap in order to even leave the proximity of a classroom. It was basically at that point, at the time that I was about to graduate from 5th grade. One of the instances which we partook in, which led up to that point, was something that we did, my friend group, called the slide thing, where essentially we would get up on this slide that was part of this playground, and they had this big ass slide. You have no idea, like, this thing was absolutely insanely large. It was at the very bare minimum. It couldn't have been less than 20 feet tall. It had to have been at least 15 to 20 feet tall. The structure that made up the slide itself was at least 20 to 25 feet tall. And they had this rather large slide. And it was this tube slide, but it was half of it was a tube, and the other half was a open thing where you just can fall off of it and basically kill yourself if you did it right. And essentially, what this activity consisted of was the very fun idea of taking about 10 people and proceeding to dogpile in the whole thing, and then basically roll down the slide in a giant human yo-yo shaped ball all the way to the end of the other end of the slide. You basically took about 10 people or so, which was about the majority of the particular friend group that I was in. And yeah, that's essentially the ins and outs of it. You don't really need me to write out some kind of an equation to describe it to you. It was indeed pretty self-explanatory, as you can possibly imagine. Well, oh, what? Oh, no, what did I just do? No. Okay, here we go. Yes. One of the days in particular that we decided to engage in this practice, in this fun, very innocent activity of crumbling our bodies up into one giant sock ball and then tumbling down the slide. One of the days that we decided to do this, by the way, multiple times that we did this, many people broke bones and ligaments. It was a natural occurrence. As a matter of fact, it was so natural that we actually had a ceremony for it. They had to just roll down this wheelchair from the top of the hill that the school was built on. And the playground, along with the asphalt and the field right next to it, was on a surface that was a tiny bit lower than the rest of the school. You had to go up this ramp to get up to the hill that the rest of the school was on. And they had this wheelchair that the nurse had to roll down all dramatically down onto the blacktop every single time, almost every couple of weeks. One person in our friend group would manage to basically, well, ceremonially break their bone, break their leg or their ass or something like that. And then they would just be basically all cinematically just placed into the wheelchair and just dragged back up, almost like a scene from a movie. It was really particularly funny, actually, if anything, in a sadistic way. One of the days, however, getting back to the main plot of the story, we did this. The friend group was getting a little bit too large. Just a little bit too many people were in there, and they wanted a piece of the fun. It was about 12 people up to this point. A little bit too much more than what I was comfortable with. So I didn't actually engage this time. I didn't go up the slide with them and do the slide thing. But when I was just at the bottom, looking up, watching them do it, oh my god, I just did it again! What the frick is wrong with me, dude? What the? Did you just see that? What is this? Okay, no, go away. What? I am so sorry about all that crap. Technical difficulties. I was watching them from the bottom of the hill. Of the slide. And the typical thing happened. Just a human ball that started just sliding down the whole thing. But then all of a sudden, I felt a rumbling sound. Like bolts and screws were starting to rattle all around. And then all of a sudden, the entirety of the slide just completely collapsed. The entire play structure that had the slide fell down. And along with all the other kiddies that were on it too. Fortunately, no one got hurt. And unfortunately, I survived. And it was funny because I was laughing, and then the teachers got mad because I was laughing. And I was like, "What do you want me to do? It's funny, like, like, what do you want? Like, it's funny." Like, hey, it's not funny. This is not good. Go sit down over there. You're gonna time out. I was laughing because I couldn't help laugh when I remember seeing like this little kid that was on the play structure waiting to go on the slide, and right as the slide fell, this kid just went ring, flew back, ring, flip, just whoosh, back, and it wouldn't have been as funny, obviously, if there had been any people that actually got injured or something. But it was funny because it was like cartoonish in the ways that that entire scene happened. The way it took place, it was just entirely not expected in every single way. This little kid, like, we were in 5th grade and this kid right behind us had no idea what the hell we were doing. And they were looking at us like I'm freaking bat crap crazy. And they're looking at all the other people like, what are these freaking crackheads doing down this slide? And this kid's just sitting, waiting on the top of the slide to go down after these freaking idiots, like, get done dogpiling down the slide. And then the slide freaking breaks and this kid literally does a backflip backwards into the freaking play structure as the play structure proceeds to fall down. and it was like a whole bunch of screaming. It was like an apocalyptic scene. It was like, ah! Ah! Oh my god! Ah! Which sounds kind of sadistic and horrifying, like, from recounting it, but for whatever reason, it was just like, I don't know, like when I saw it, I instantly knew, like, oh, whatever. It's like, it's not my problem. No one got hurt. I mean, because no one was at the playground is basically what I'm trying to say. There's only like 5 people in that general area, and there's only just like this one slightly younger kid who was also on the slide, or waiting to go on the slide, who got flung backwards and like kind of landed. He slid backwards onto his back onto the frickin' structure. Luckily, he managed to like get up in time and jump off the thing before it like fell over, because it fell over the other direction. So I didn't see how the whole thing happened, but I was laughing at my friends' reactions because that was the majority of where all the screams were coming from the cluster ball of human beings that were just now stuck in a slide that was collapsing, and they were like, ah! Ee! Ah! Ah! And they all just like spread up, like, you know, when you like put a lot of things together, you combine a lot of things, you just mush it together and it like blows up. Like, that's what the whole thing was, except with like people in there. They just like everyone got like blown back from the force of all of the bodies being so close to each other. Just retelling this story makes me sound like I need to be put into a padded room, obviously. Just how stupidly insane it sounds. This was a normal everyday occurrence. The whole entire playground was ruined. As a matter of fact, I also ruined the playground at some other time by being on the swings. By the way, I was a complete ass on the swings. Like, I was a complete jerk. You wouldn't want to be near me when I was on the swings because I didn't share that crap with anyone. If I was on the swings and you started going up to me and you're like, hey man, can I go on the swings? No. Like, no, you're not going on the swings. What do you think this is? This is my swing. The hell? Get out of here. I got in trouble so many times for not sharing the swings. Teachers were like, God damn it, Dallas, you gotta share the swings. And I'm like, no! This is my swing! You know, they also had this stupid rule with the frickin' drinking fountain. They made you count to 3 to drink water. It's like, what are you trying to kill me or something? I only get 3 seconds of drinking water? You do realize you can't live without water, right? They're like, 1, 2, 3, that's enough for me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever, I don't care. 1, 2, that's enough for you. 1, 2, 3, that's enough for me. What kind of weird crap is that, man? They're like, yeah, we gotta save money. We can't waste our We can't waste our water bill on these dumb kids. Oh yeah, and back to the swing thing. Well, I mean, one of the days I was on the swing and I was swinging real hard. I was going Super Saiyan mode on the swings. I was like swinging so fast. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get faster, faster, swing more, faster. I'm gonna break a world record. That's like the way it is with me with everything. I'm like, I have to break a world record. I have to be doing crazy things. I'm gonna swing so fast. I'm gonna do a 360. Woo! And well, basically, the forces of nature didn't agree with that, and what happened was I ended up flying off of the swing as I tore the entire swing off the axis of the stand that it was on, and the chains went everywhere, all over people who were also on the playground, while I was flung about 12 feet in the air and landed straight, taking my own knee to my nose and breaking it instantly. And within 2 seconds, my entire face was basically similar to a frickin' zombie from The Walking Dead. It was just nothing but pure, just blood gushing out of that crap. It was like no tomorrow. It was just coming out like nothing. It was just like, whoa, I have all that in my face alone? Man, it was like a fountain. Disgusting. I hope I'm not making you faint or whatever if you're allergic to blood or something or whatever that condition is. Yeah, it was just like draining out of what the? It's gross. It didn't hurt, but I was just like, thing was just all over. It was dripping. So as I was walking over to the nurse, as they didn't bring down the wheelchair that time, but I had to walk to the nurse. I started fricking with people and like going like and chasing some people around, and everyone was like, ah, stop it, yeah, you're creepy. Because, you know, reasons. And the teachers were like, hey, stop doing that, go to the nurse now. So yeah, basically at the end of that whole thing, the end of the time when I was at that school, I basically got it to the point where they just had to ban everything. You couldn't go down the slide. You couldn't play tag. You couldn't do anything because Dallas over here ruined everything. Dallas ruins everything. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I mean, I was just trying to have fun. Considering the school didn't care about fun. They didn't even let you drink water for more than 3 seconds. Oh yeah, and they also... Okay, don't even get me started on the food there. And like I said, I think I've talked about this before. The food was just... Man, forget it. You had a schedule of Monday through Friday, Tuesdays and Thursdays, they served Domino's pizza. Domino's, you got one slice of Domino's pizza. That's it. One. Take it or leave it. And then, some days, they would just serve you French toast. That's right. French toast. You got French toast for lunch. I mean, okay. Is this Canada? Is this really how Canada's like? Yes. Yeah, you had French toast and stuff like that. And some days they would just serve you popcorn. There was nothing else in the whole lunch menu except popcorn. That's right, you literally just had popcorn. It's like, you know what? Just frick it. We're just gonna give these stupid brats popcorn. They didn't even give any butter or anything like that with it. It was just like, yeah, have this stupid popcorn. And you only get 3 seconds of drinking water, by the way. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. They served you milk, by the way. They served you milk. You had 1 carton of milk. And this milk was the absolute most sus milk you'd ever seen. It was the most unbelievably weird, unheard of quality of milk. You tasted it, and it was flavored. It tasted like... It tasted like... what is it? It tasted like, latex or something like that. You know, like flavored latex. Tasty, it's good. Good for you. You know dang well why it's like all the people in that school, they had some people that were just unbelievably tall. In fact, listen, I'm a little bit short. I might only be 5 feet 8 inches tall. But guess what? Everyone in that school made me look like I was a freaking dwarf. I was probably the 3rd shortest person in the whole school. I mean, we're talking, these people were in 5th grade and they were like 5 feet 8 inches tall. They're in 5th grade and they're almost 6 feet tall. You know why? It's because they got some crap in the milk, man. You don't need that milk. You don't need that milk for sure. They got some growth crap in there. They're like, yeah, we gotta grow these fuckers. We gotta get them up there. Maybe it was some like conspiratorial agenda or something. They needed more basketball players? Nah. They just want tall people? I mean, they want to kill us off early? Because tall people die young? Good thing I'm short. I'm gonna live forever. Yeah. That's how it works, right? I'll tell you, one of the people who I was friends with, he was about 5 feet 5 in 5th grade, which is pretty tall for 5th grade. And he was about exactly 25%. He was about 25% taller than me. He was about 1/4 of my entire height taller than me. It was like a comparison of Steve versus an Enderman. Basically, that exact same height difference. And now, nothing's changed. It's the exact same ratio. I'm 5'8" and this guy's like 6'7". And it's like, well, okay, that's cool. This guy's so tall, it's unbelievable. He's 6'7". And there were some females at that school too that were getting up there. It was like unbelievable. You got some like females that are like 5'11" when they're 11 years old. Is that normal? Come on. It's like, what the heck is wrong with this place? Now, yeah, so some of the classes had this stupid reward system and punishment system. Like, you know, you had the basic red cards, yellow cards, green cards. But one of the favorite things I had was this ticket system, where basically you were awarded tickets for getting answers correct and getting good results on your tests. But the thing that was so cool about it was just these raffle tickets. And the more raffle tickets you had, you can just unlock more treasure things from the treasure box. But the thing was, I just went to Office Depot and bought 1,000 of them. And I was like, yeah, well, there you go. I purchased every single box in the toy chest just to make all the other people around me sad. And then I sold them outside the class for real money. I sold them for $1 a pop. That's right, entrepreneur from the start. You best believe. It was like this absolute crap dollar store frickin' paper airplane thing or something. It had these rubber bands and like this frickin' like container of Play-Doh. Like, what do you think I am? But then I moved on to middle school, and middle school was a little bit less eventful. Not much took place there. It was all connected. Middle school, elementary school, up to high school was connected. All the same school, separated by some roads running through it. But you can access the different campuses just by going down this ramp, down this like hill. I'm sorry if I feel or if I sound lackadaisical when I talk about these stories. It's always about 2 o'clock in the morning when I record these videos. Wait a second, are we... Whoa! Why are we... No, hang on. You're way ahead of yourself. It's like, hold on, we traveled 200 miles in the last couple of minutes? Nah, that seems a little bit not right. That seems a little bit off, in my opinion. I believe we might be there. Hang on 1 second here. Oh yeah, I got a special song to play next episode because we're gonna be playing a special song every 10 episodes. From now on, just so you know. Okay, so it looks like we're just going back up in elevation, which doesn't make much sense. No, we need to be going down. We just came from there. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to go down. No, what is this? Irish music or something? Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, close enough. Nah, that's pretty Irish, if you ask me. Okay, welcome, or welcome. Thanks for watching. That's the episode. Better turn this off now. And yeah, okay, so where do we leave off? $263 miles. Not bad at all. We gained elevation. 1,100. Wait, what? No. 422. 1384. That's cool. This is what the road looks like right here. Wow, it almost looks like it's the same thing. Isn't that cool? Okay, there's no snow. I don't know why it still says there's snow here. Yeah, here we are. Quite a ways in here. Into the first, or the last frontier state. The frontier state, whatever. And yeah, that's the episode 25. Or 29. Thank you. I'm having problems today with my mind. Goodbye.